Okay, so this is a recording of a prime crack attempt. Uh, this has been done before. This is my second time coming across a rock like this on my own, so I wanted to get it recorded and captured for training purposes. So if I zoom in here, you can see that we've got a 50k mass plus rock and a 40% plus quantanium stat. Now it is right on the edge, so ideally you might find something a little bit bigger, but I don't think it's going to get any smaller than this and still qualify. I do already have my severe gadget on the rock, and I'm pretty much ready to start cracking. I just need to get a little bit closer, so let's go ahead and do that now. Check out our position. Alright, I do want to be pretty close, so let's go check again. Now this laser, I did use it to crack a rock earlier today without resetting the charges. So I am missing 2 or 3 charges of Stampede, but I am full of surges. So I'm going to have to be pretty quick about cracking this rock in order to get it done with this laser. I do have a second helix set up exactly the same way on this mole so that I have more attempts at this. So we're going to go ahead and power on, get it up to 100%. There's no reason in starting less. It's not going to budge without all the modules anyway. But I use a lever on a stick to quickly modulate my laser power. Ideally, in order for you to do this, you're going to want a mouse wheel that's like a free scrolling mouse wheel, or some other way of rapidly changing the laser power. Because when we start powering this up, it's going to shoot up really fast, and you're going to have to catch it right before it goes into the red zone, hopefully. So keep that in mind when you're making these kinds of attempts. But we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so you can see it's already blasting up there, and I caught it. Let's bring her back up, see where the brake line is. 78. Oop, power off. Until I'm keeping all of my gadgets rolling, all my modules rolling rather. And there is a point that's about 81%, maybe a little bit higher, where it's stable-ish. So I'm trying to find that quickly each time. We gotta catch it and let it fall. I think we got it this time. Nope, we're falling. There we go. We got it. We got it. Beautiful. So I was still low in the red. I might have lost a little bit of it, but the crack was barely in the red zone as far as the charge fill. So we should be able to get 75% of this back. Let's check out how it broke. %of 38, that's really good. This kind of a break, it might be worth popping something else on there, because it is set as impossible still, even with it having been broken. So I'm going to attempt to put a gadget on this. I can't honestly remember if we can put gadgets on secondary cracks. It's been a long time since I've attempted to do a gadget on a secondary crack, but at 17,000 mass nearly, it's still reading as impossible. And then we got this one that's challenging, so I'm going to try to get some additional uses out of my 1 severe that I have here. Oh, that's really good. 100% aluminum, that's a good sign. I think that's the last piece. Yeah. Okay. So it's all going to be relatively difficult to crack. This one I can probably crack with my Hofsteed, so I'm not too stressed about that particular break. Let's go ahead and land and grab that gadget and try putting it on that crack right in front of us to the left of where I'm going to pick up the gadget. And I heard something move while I was getting in the ship. Pilot seat, rather. Hopefully it didn't move down on my gadget. Nope, it didn't. Good. Now, if you find this and you're ready to do your attempt, it's okay to ask for help. As far as I'm okay with you asking for help as far as moving rocks out of the way that are going to be problematic. So you could get somebody with an SRV or somebody with an Atlas out here and pull like the 100% aluminum out of the way and this one out of the way, which will still probably try to grab some of it, but it wouldn't hurt to have somebody available that's willing to help you make this a little bit easier on yourself. But if not, this is an example of doing it. Alright, let's see if it lets us do this. Alright, it looks like you can. I'm very excited about that. And look, it's already ready for us to go. That's phenomenal. Right, and there's another one around here that I wanted to put a gadget on too. We can do that while we're down here. Now, the really cool thing is with your handheld mining attachment, you can find out what the stats are. Like this one's 57. What is that? 108 instability, 57 resistance maybe. But it doesn't tell us what the percentage is, but it can help you in scanning to some degree. But I am going to go ahead. I'm curious what this will do. Full scan. That'd be amazing. No. My first time seeing that happen, so. Right, let's go ahead and pop an Optimax on this one. If I had more Sabirs, I would just put Sabirs on everything, but this is a minus 30% resistance too. Oh, we almost got lucky with another one that was ready to go. Alright. I can't tell. That's that rock. That's that one. That's kind of cool. The binocular lets you do that. I didn't know it would do that, so you can like separate the rocks. I'm gonna go ahead and put a gadget on this one too, just because I want to be sure that I can get this easily. Plus modifier minus 20. I don't want to do that really. Let's put that away. Let's do this one. I love that it's putting all these upside down. It's so helpful. Oop, just had it. There we go, it's 90 on the dot. Okay, now we got gadgets on everything. We can hop back in and finish this up. Now that was kind of overkill to put all those gadgets on there, but I had them, so why not make it a little bit likely to get the breaks that we want.
Engines on. Launch complete.
And I am going to position myself in such a way that my side laser, which I think is my port side laser, that has more stampede charges on it available, can hit this too. I do think that's where I want to be. We'll go look. That's the one thing about being in a mole, you know, you gotta, a solo mole, you gotta get in and get out, get in and get out. It's really frustrating, but it's the way it is.
Fracturing mode on.
Okay. That should be good enough. Let's go ahead and turn her on and look how small our green zone is. It's not that bad, actually. I've seen smaller, so let's bring her up and see if it lets us do anything at this level. Yeah, we're getting some movement. I'm going to let it roll. Some people might pop something to get it up there quicker. I'm not going to risk it. I'm happy with this charge rate, so we'll just take our time. Alright, I'll go ahead and start decreasing the power. And we're seeing that it's dropping, so we'll bring her back up slowly. Alright, looks like it's about 93 to 94 where it starts to go up. So, as always, keep in mind, once you hit that green zone, you're going to want to drop your power by like 8 to 12% statically. But we need to get to 93 or 94 to get her to go up, and then catch it. And then we're just going to modulate back up and forth to 93-ish until we're happy with where we're at. And you can always flicker that on and off to extend your green zone on your helix. Now, if we were doing this with anything else, right, like a off-steed, or even a climb or an impact, you may not want to do that, right? Because it'll make your green zone smaller, which is the exact opposite of what we wanted to happen in that situation. I let it fall off a little too much. That highlighting kind of messed with me. There we go. Perfect. And look, our Sabir survived again. That's great. Great, great, great. Alright, so that one's got aluminum. It's funny, we put a gadget on that one. Now, we don't want to scoop anything, right, guys? Because we want to get all of this. But some of this might be in our way. I'm not going to intentionally scoop anything. But if there's a 100% piece of aluminum, for example, that's nice. Or even inert, honestly. I might scoop it, just to try to like get the other rocks to move around. That's 3.58 of inert. I'd like to see what's underneath it. 100% quant. That's a good break too. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop this inert. And hope there's not a fraction of quantanium in there. That starts my timer just to try to see what's underneath there. There we go, something moved.
Fracturing mode on.
That's the next thing we need to break. It's got the bore max on it, so we should be able to crack that. The green zone's even smaller. Look how small it's going to get right now. Look at that crap. You gotta be very careful with this one, guys. In fact, I might even, if I was a smart man, I would get out and pop my Sabir that survived on there. And luckily I am a smart man, so I'm going to do exactly that. So I gotta get out and find my War Max that's on there and take it off and put the Sabir on there. So let's do that. This is going to be a much longer video than I expected. So bear with me, guys. Actually, let's look at the mass. I want to look at that one more time, see if the Hofstede can crack it.
Fracturing mode on.
It's medium with the bore max. Maybe the Hofstede can crack it. Let's try. Let's give her a shot. Oh look, something else moved. That's probably inconvenient.
Mining mode on.
Alright, there's my gadget. I can barely see it, so I should be able to position my Hofstede like right about there. Get it.
Systems
Okay.
activating. Systems
So there's my rock. What I'm going for. It says, it says, God, it says impossible, but I think I might still get it. So we'll see. Yep, we're getting some movement here, so we should be fine. And that's the thing that you have to keep in mind. For some reason, the Hofstede, even though it says impossible, it's probably because of the gadget that's on there, and it could be because of the proximity that we're getting some movement on there. Either way, this green zone is more than acceptable. So we should be fine. Just remember that since I'm in a Hofstede, I can't afford really to flick my laser off unless I want to let it cool down completely. So I gotta be exceptionally careful with this. So I cut my power by 20 to see if that's enough. I think it still needs a little bit of extra power to stay up there, so that was a big bump. There we go.
attack on shields.
This one I don't need to crack. I wish I hadn't put the gadget on there, but I... Well, life can sometimes throw you a curveball. Alright, so there's my next crack. And I'm in the green zone, so I should be able to do this one really easily. I do feel like there's one more big piece that we need to crack. Um, I'm gonna have to find it, obviously. Hopefully before I start scooping. But I distinctly remember there being 3 pieces of significant value that I wanted to crack. Let's go ahead and scan everything that we can. Aluminum. And remember, we just need, I think I said 47 point something SCU. So we've still got 94 SCU of space available. If we did find something else that we had to scoop to get out of the way, we could. Oh, look, there's something that might need to crack. Yeah, and it's marked as easy. How convenient. And this Hofstede, I could put power modules on this thing, power modules on it to make it be able to do other things, but I'm so concerned about secondary cracks on this mole build, on my solo mole build, that I've gone with torrents to speed up the whole overall cracking process, and you can see how quickly that green zone is filling up. That it's really, really fucking quick. Pardon my language in the recording, but right, I'm probably going to try, for the recording's sake, to get Quant 2 as well. This challenge, the prime crack is what it's being called at the moment, is designed for people that are wanting to get to the highest level of Rock Raiders, the Rock Raider Prime level. But if you haven't done Quant 2 yet, it's a really good opportunity to get Quant 2. Now, granted, part of Quant 2 at the moment requires you to get pure Quantanium back to the refinery of 32 SCU or more. But we need 40, I think I said 49. So that may still be possible. We've got a lot of big 100% pieces. So I'm going to scoop all the 100% pieces first when I am ready to scoop and see just how close we can get to Quant 2. I'm thinking if we can, as of right now, subject to change, I think if somebody successfully gets 32 SCU into their cargo hold that's recorded or part of an image, we should consider counting that. But I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to do that at this time. I just wanted to throw it out there. But I'm going to go ahead and move the ship over to the opposite side because I'm positive there was another rock that needed to be broken with a Hofstede.
Mining mode on.
It should be right there. Yep, there it is. So that right there, that should be plenty good.
Mining mode. Manufacturing mode on.
Now what I could do,
Mining mode on.
if I really, really wanted to, is I could look around for that Optimax gadget over here on the left to see if it survived and throw that on here. So I think if you're going for Quant 2, you do want to carry an Optimax, even though we've had some pretty bad luck with cluster modifiers. Um, it does seem to have done a pretty good job on this rock at least, otherwise we got really, really lucky with the brakes. But an Optimax on here would potentially ensure that we got some 100% chunks. But let's see what we can get without it.
Attack on
Perfect.
shield.
Alright, so now I just need to finish scanning this side. I am pretty low, so unfortunately I can't go up any higher than this. So I'm just going to scan here and then move back up to the helix for scooping. That's not what I wanted, a big bad break. That's good. 100% aluminum's a good sign. That's bad. Come on, give me another piece of 100% quant, guys. There we go. Oh, damn. Alright, I'm going to move back up to the helix and scan that guy that's right over there on the far edge. And I should, I
Mining
think,
mode on.
be able to scoop everything without moving again. But I'm going to play it safe and move again, just raise the ship up a little bit. Because I am trying to get Quant 2 at the same time, which I've already done a year or so ago, but it's always fun to go for it again.
Mining mode on. Mining mode on.
Alright, so when I get down here, before I start scooping, I'm going to double check and make sure that I can have line of sight to everything that I want to pick up, which is really the entire rock, since if I can't see it, I don't know if I want to pick it up or not.
Manufacturing mode on.
Perfect.
Mining mode
Perfect.
on.
Alright, so I can go ahead and start scooping. I want to double check I'm in extraction mode because I'm scared. So we are ready to start scooping. I actually can't get Quant 2 because I picked up that 2.4 and 4, but I am, for example purposes, going to see if I can get to 32 without adding anything to the 2.14. Did forget about that. Oh, I got some aluminum. Oh well. Mission failed. There's a piece under that I cannot see. I'm gonna have to pick it up. I'm gonna do it last. Alright, I just needed 47 point something, so this brings me up to 48 plus. So I've accomplished Rock Raider Prime. Not Rock Raider Prime, the Prime Crack, as long as I get it back to the refinery safely. I am going to pick up the rest of this Quantanium to see how much I get out of it. Let's go ahead and skip that. Grab this thing so I can see what's underneath it. Still looks like it's underground. Alright, let's see what this is first. Alright, both of these suck. 5 plus 2 7s. I got space to pick up all of it if I need to, but let's grab that one. I didn't even see that. I'm gonna start with the small one and see if it reveals itself. I could have sworn I saw an edge of it sticking out. Alright, let's go pick this up, I guess. Nope. Ooh, there it is. One little piece. I'm just gonna grab it. Well, isn't that frustrating? Oh, it's not that frustrating. It's only 5%. So okay. Oops, I don't want you. Let's grab that. Alright, so we got a 58.3. I'm just going to check my calculator right here on the background. So I expected to get at least 63.869 out of this. I needed 47.90 in order to pass the prime crack. We're at 58.30. It's passed. I'm not going to record getting back to the refinery because that's pretty safe. But appreciate you all's time watching this. If you have any questions about how to do these kind of cracks, please reach out to me or London or any of the other Rock Raider Primes or crew leads, and we can get you set in the right direction. So yeah, thank you.